Welcome back, everybody. We're back together here with another video, and Ahsoka season 1 is over with. But will this actually be the only season of Ahsoka that we actually get? Do you actually want a season 2 of Ahsoka after this first season? Because there was a lot of questions that were not answered.
In a way, yes, because I want to find the answer what Balin is looking for.
Yeah, I wasn't I really didn't follow the old Hispanic universe, and apparently this character named Abeloth that was in the ODU, people are speculating that's what he's actually looking for. But however, Dave Filoni did a terrible job of really trying to give us some insight on what Balin is actually looking for. I mean, of course, we had seen the Clone Wars, right? So we knew that that was the father and the son. But if you never watched it, you're going to be like so confused. Like, what is he looking for? Now, me, myself, I really don't want to see a season 2. I mean, it was so disappointing. It wasn't the worst thing they put out. Mandalorian season 3 was way worse than this. And Book of Boba Fett was way worse than this. But this was not a great show. It was mediocre to bad at the end. Once they actually got on that planet, for me, those last 3 episodes really didn't do a lot for me. So, but here, it says the season 2 is not a lock yet, which I'm not too surprised because Mandalorian, we don't know if we're actually getting a Mandalorian season 4 yet. Remember, it took like 2 years for us to get season 3, and season 3 was a disappointment. And Book of Boba Fett, 1 season. There's been no word, I believe, on a season 2, which we don't need. But it's not a lock. Let's look at this. A new report details that a second season of Dave Filoni's Ahsoka is not a lock yet. This news comes from Anthony D. Alessandro at Deadline as part of his Ahsoka Season 1 finale recap article. He writes, quote, "We hear that Ahsoka Season 2 is more of a reality in the conversation, though nothing is locked yet." Now, with Ahsoka being heavily female driven, you would actually think that maybe they would actually greenlight this. But don't know. Don't really know. Now, Book of Boba Fett, male driven, 1 season, that was it. Obi-Wan, male driven, season 1, that was it. This one here, they more than likely will actually give a season 2.
I would think so because of, this show is more of, I do in a way, say this like is a woman show.
Yeah.
In a way.
And they're pushing this.
I mean, even though there's guy, but like all the leaders are pretty much the higher up, they're women.
Yeah. They killed a woman in the show. Are you surprised by that? They killed Morgan Elsbeth off, who's a woman.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that in a way.
A lot of people are speculating that Balin may actually have died at the end. Now, the Ray Stevenson death, real life, he will not be Balin again. So if they actually do a season 2 where they just kind of like go in a different direction, not even touch on his story. I mean, if they bring in a season 2 and they don't touch on his story, it kind of really diminishes season 1 even more. Because you go through this arc with Balin and they never really told you what he was looking for. And then at the end of the day, Ray Stevenson passes away. And if you go the direction of, we're not going to talk about Balin again, yeah, that could be an issue. But Balin is still on that same planet, though, with Ahsoka and Sabine. And so is Shin. So, I don't know. More than likely, season 2 would probably be about... It'd probably be redundant of season 1 then, right? Because now Ahsoka is stuck on that galaxy. So now they got to go back and get her, right? You would think.
Yeah, but... So you think that season 2 won't be more. It won't be about Balin. What?
They're gonna have to recast him if they actually want to bring in Balin.
Yeah, that's true though.
So I don't know. I mean, like I said, nobody can anticipate that Ray Stevenson would actually pass away. But overall, I don't want to see it. I mean, I would much rather see a season 2 of Ahsoka than that Ray movie that's allegedly being planned.
Yes.
I mean, I think that Ray movie is going to be a disaster, to tell you the truth. I mean, the director of the Ray movie, the creator of it, not even a filmmaker. I believe she's done like documentaries or something like that. And she definitely seems to be a woke activist. So I'm like a hard no on that. But I've come to the understanding that for me, this is about as good as it's gonna get with Disney Star Wars. I mean, Dave Filoni, I believe, has been exposed. The reason why Dave Filoni got all this praise is because George Lucas was right there with him doing Clone Wars and guiding him on that. George was heavily involved with Clone Wars. That was his stories. Now, Dave Filoni is on his own, and yeah, kind of got exposed here in this show.
Well, maybe does that have something to do with Kennedy?
Oh, no doubt about it. But also, Dave Filoni is he was definitely in the animation realm. Animation is definitely going to be different than live action.
Yeah.
So it's definitely different. Like some of the things that worked like in Clone Wars, where like Ahsoka and Anakin are out in space and running around. That's okay on the cartoon. But when Ahsoka was running around outside the ship in live action, didn't work too well for me. So it's a bit different. Even some of the humor with like Ezra, like in Rebels, they'll be in a situation, then he'll be like, "Stop! Can we just talk this out?" With the bad guys. That's okay in cartoons. In live action, it didn't work for me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a bit different. So I don't want to see Ahsoka season 2, but I think it's going to happen.
Well, the rating is down now.
Yeah, the thing is, man, the ratings for Ahsoka started off in the top 10, and then it just fell off. It says by a second week, it had dropped off the top 10 overall chart. Instead, it placed in 5th on the top 10 original chart with 487 million minutes viewed. Yeah. So it seemed like each week, man, it declined because even the ratings for the Rotten Tomato score. I'm gonna show it to you over here. The Rotten Tomato score for Ahsoka season 1. It definitely was divisive. And take Rotten Tomatoes for what it is. But season 1, 8 episodes, and it got a 71 with the audience. I mean, so there was people that liked it, and there was people that thought it was not too good. I really haven't ran into anybody, and I watch videos on it. I haven't ran into anybody that thought that this season was great of Ahsoka. Top critics, 74%. I haven't ran into anybody that thought that this was great Star Wars.
Well, don't you think that the view is down is because one, it's the woman show, and nowadays, like, people don't like the feminists, and it just pushed the audience away. And second, don't you think it's also the TV show itself? It's not that, it's not like, wow, this is a very good show.
Yeah, I mean, the feminist agenda, I mean, it was definitely there. And because there was very, very few men in this show. And like, we didn't get to see Zeb or Callus either. I think they mentioned them, and that was about it. I mean, Star Wars of George Lucas was definitely, made for boys, coming of age boys. And Disney Star Wars, I don't think this is for coming of age boys. They haven't made any really good male characters. I mean, they gave us Andor. Andor was a boring show, and that show really wasn't for kids. They're giving us Rey. They're giving us Ahsoka. I mean, they're giving us characters that little boys can relate to. George Lucas made Star Wars, and he said it himself. He made it for, little boys coming of age. And now Disney has all these woke activists, even the people in that Acolyte show. And by the way, that teaser trailer got leaked. Didn't do nothing for me. They're coming out and saying, hey, Star Wars wasn't for me. I'm a black guy. It wasn't made for me. Like, what? I loved Star Wars when I was a little boy. Lando Calrissian did happen, right? Isn't he black? Mace Windu, didn't he happen to? He's black, right? Yeah. But I don't know. Ahsoka season 2. What do you guys think of it? Do you guys want Ahsoka season 2? And how would you actually rate season 1? I thought it was just mid, and it got worse for me. The final 3 episodes I really didn't care for that much. I didn't care for that new galaxy.
I pretty much just care when Anakin couldn't show up.
Yeah.
And how, Anakin and Ahsoka, relationship and stuff like that.
Yeah. And something's telling me, they brought in Anakin really for nostalgia. And they did. But the new characters, Balin was the most interesting character.
Yes.
And we didn't get much from him. And now Ray Stevenson is dead. That was a great creation right there. That was a great new character. We just didn't learn everything we needed to learn. So,
it's like his character is a mystery.
Yeah. Everything with him was a mystery. Everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, for me, I know how Ahsoka feels Sabine and Israel on the right side, but
Balin is something different.
Yeah, something different. He's not bad or good, but you have to look deep into his history or something,
Yep.
to figure him out.
Yep.
So.
Yep. But that's going to wrap it up, guys. We'll be back on Monday with another video. Until then, be safe.
Goodbye.